Today is July, I'm going to take a shot, 26th. I know I just had it in my brain. I forget what it is. It's brought to you by MacWeldon.com. Most comfortable underwear in the game. I've been wearing the underwear. It's great underwear. And I don't always wear everything people send. I like it a lot. I think you will too. I think you'll like the underwear. I think you'll like the sweats, all of it. They're so confident for Stoolies. 20% off first order. Put in the code RUNDOWN. If you don't like the underwear, you don't like the style, you can keep the ones you don't like. They'll send you another pair. MacWeldon.com. Code RUNDOWN. 20% off. It's right below. Great underwear. It's very, very comfortable underwear. All right, let's get into it. First up, Marcus Vick. Explosive first step. Cops look like they got him surrounded. Burst through the hole. And then I almost feel like Marcus Vick's entire career is kind of summed up. It's like this flash of brilliance. Like, oh, look at Marcus Vick go. Everyone's like, go, Marcus, go. And he just sits down. Just like he's basically free. I think he outran these guys. They didn't know who he was. And he just plops down and he's like, I've had enough. I'm gassed. And that's the end of that. Big Cat, what do you got?
I think he might have just done it just to prove to himself that he still has it. Because there's no other explanation for sitting down on the corner of the sidewalk and being like, yeah, come get me. But that first step, and more than the first step, when they got into the parking lot and he was already he was so far past them. It reminds me, Dave, remember that time we were in Columbus for Halloween? I tried to get a picture of Greg Oden and I tried to chase him down and he just went I had him in the parking lot and then boom, he was gone. The athletes, I was chasing him down. He had an Avatar costume on and he took 4 steps and was gone.
Gypsy?
Yeah, it was like he just sat down on the 5-yard line. Just gave up. I don't want the touchdown. I couldn't believe he got away. When I first saw, when I started the video, I mean, they had him completely surrounded. I thought there was no chance he got away. Also, Marcus Vick making fun of that dude for having herpes. LaShawn McCoy, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you can make fun of someone for having herpes if they fucked your girl, right?
No, it was a weird... It was a weird
herpes too then, right?
Yeah.
Made him look bad. And by the way, I mean, everyone knows LaShawn McCoy has herpes. That he's the most well-known herpes guy maybe in the country. So, like you said, Kevin, you're not breaking news. Everyone knows he has herpes. And for whatever reason, with LaShawn McCoy, everyone he fucks says he has herpes. No shit.
Not only that, but you don't have the private orgy party with a 10-page confidentiality agreement like last year if you don't have herpes.
But
that's a herpes guy.
10 different people have now been LaShawn. They go to Twitter to blast LaShawn McCoy. Oh, LaShawn McCoy, you have herpes. Everybody knows he has herpes. So like you said, Kevin, that didn't break information. Oh, yeah, no shit, he's got herpes. And B, he fucked your girl. So...
it would be a blog-worthy story if someone went to Twitter and was like, I had sex with LaShawn McCoy and then got a test and I'm clean.
Yeah. Did not have herpes.
Right.
I actually do eat. This is an interesting side note. I'm not sure I know anybody else who I don't know. I don't know anybody else who has herpes. If we're on Jeopardy, name somebody with herpes, I'm buzzing them like LaShawn McCoy. I don't have a number 2 though. It's just LaShawn McCoy has herpes. I don't know who else does.
There's got to be somebody. I mean,
this kind of sucks.
2 people have it. I'm
he's the face of herpes, though. LaShawn McCoy is the face of herpes.
Can I throw out a name?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if Reggie Bush had herpes. He's lived in and around LA for a very long time.
And the Kardashian factor.
Yeah.
I'm not getting in on this. Last time I did this kind of shit, I got sued for $100 million. I'm not talking about people.
These are just hypotheticals. I assume anybody associated with the Kardashians has herpes. So I could see that. But the face of herpes is clearly LaShawn McCoy. By the way, the Kardashians fucking Airbnb, get the fuck off my island. I don't want to make this about Nantucket, but they did a $6,000 trade with these people. Let them pay their own way like fucking Americans. The fucking segue. We're going to go right into Kylie Jenner being broke. The kid is back. He can come step off island and do these segues. I skipped over Trump because we're talking Jenner. I'm going to keep that together. Kylie Jenner is broke because Tigger took all her money. borrowed like $2 million from Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner keeps giving it to him. I don't know how Kylie Jenner doesn't have more than $2 million, by the way. That makes no sense. But I guess Tigger is now saying, I was never going to pay you back, and these are loans. What do you got on our girl Kylie going broke to Tigger? KFC, you're like our resident black guy.
This is all fake money. Like, Kylie, the celebrities don't, she's not broke. She's not broke. She has a $7 million mansion. She's not fucking broke. The Kardashians have money forever. I don't even know if she had her own money to begin with. Kylie Jenner has had millions of dollars since she was like 11 years old. So I'm not worried about Kylie. Tyga, though, I mean, this is brilliant. Tyga, this is a whole swindling scheme that he's weaseled his way into this family. It's his ex is the one who's pregnant with Rob's kid. So those two are just
China Blanc.
Black China. So they're just like weaseling their way into this family and swindling them of their money. And at the end of the day, they're going to ride off into the sunset happy together with zillions. So shout out to both those people.
You're not broke if you can make a porno for like millions of dollars at any time you want.
Yeah.
Right? You're not broke. You could snap your finger tomorrow and not be broke anymore. That's not broke.
I agree with that.
Not broke in general, but I see your point. At any minute, she can make as much money as she wants the minute she decides to give up.
I agree. It's almost like a bar mitzvah fund in a way, like you were talking about, KFC. Like you have your money put aside. It's like you can cash. At some point, you can cash it in. Kylie Jenner would probably be the most sought-after porn with me at the front of the line in the history of porn.
So it's like the greatest trust fund of all time.
And if she's smart, she'll do it soon. Because you watch her sisters, and they're all falling off a cliff. Like, Kim was really hot, now she's not. There's an expiration date on this, Kylie. Time to make your sex tape now.
Agreed. We're reversing now back to what was supposed to be the second topic, politics. So Trump is in the news. He's always in the news. But he basically told Russia to go hack us and find Hillary's disappeared 30,000 emails. People are mad about that. We had Hillary doing a little stone cold action on the main screen. Politics still in the news because the conventions are going on. Big Cat, what do you got? First of all, I love the Trump move. People are getting upset about that. They're saying it's treason to invite Russia to fucking hack us, like you have to invite Russia to hack us. This is bring back the Cold War. Big Cat, what do you got?
I mean, he's just stealing headlines. It's Trump 101. The fact that the media keeps falling for it every time. He holds a press conference 2 seconds after the convention and just starts saying this shit. And now everyone's talking about Trump. I did like the Hillary Stone Cold. I don't think that she realized, like her strategy team realized that every guy like me who's just sitting on their couch has like an instant flashback whenever they hear glass shatter. That's what happened last night. Like I went and just started looking up Stone Cold highlights. So probably not what they wanted, the message they wanted to send, but that's what happens.
Yeah, but like unintentionally, it was a great move.
True. True.
It worked out. The big story for me was Slick Willie getting up on the mic. Dude still got it. He had on about,
disagree. That was a long speech. He basically read her Wikipedia.
When he went off teleprompter, that guy still has the crowd moving. He had about 50 pounds of makeup on because he actually looked like a human and not a corpse. And I think people are forgetting that if you get Hillary, you get Bill. Like, it's like a little package deal. So I think it was time for Bill to remind people, I'm still going to be here. I'm still a Clinton.
Can we talk about, for just real, and I know it probably won't happen, but with the Stone Cold entrance from Hillary, Russia hacking the DNC and all that shit, I don't know how the public would react to it, but if Trump could somehow just hack into the DNC feed for like 30 seconds, maybe even 15 seconds, like break in with some wrestling promo in the middle of it, that would be the greatest thing in the history of all time. And I even think people who hate Trump would be like, yeah, he's the guy. Like when it's classic wrestler. When someone's wrestling, you hear the music go, oh, who's coming from the locker room? That's what I would be concentrating on if I was Trump. And I don't even know. I don't think he'd be penalized. Like, our country is so fucked up right now. I think most people would be like, that was a pretty cool move. Like,
he can do whatever he wants. Yeah. I'm in the camp that thinks like he doesn't actually want to be president. He just has to run the race to the end. And then he's going to make a shitload of money starting his own like media company and doing TV shows all the time. So I think he's going to keep pushing it as far as he can every single moment. Because right now, like, what's the worst that happens? They're like, oh, Trump, it backfired. Now you're not president. Now you can go make fucking hundreds of millions of dollars running his own TV show. Of course he can do that.
I mean, the rumor with Kasich when he's like offered him the VP, but he's like, you can do everything. That's the most accurate. That's what I was going to do if I was mayor.
Yeah.
Like if I was mayor, it's just going to be like, Hank, you run the city, and I'll just kind of do what I'm doing.
Dude, Trump, like, if Trump actually wins this thing, and I would love to see like the 5 seconds after when he realizes he actually has like an important job that he has to show up to every day. He would that's got to be the worst Sunday scaries of all time.
Yeah, but like, who's going to tell him to show? Who's going to tell him to show up?
I guess you are the president. Yeah.
Let's do a commercial break. We're back. So Nigel Bradham, former Bill, current Eagle, arrested. So he's at Miami Beach, and he ordered the umbrella, and the umbrella guy, the umbrella attendant, too slow getting him the umbrella. I guess the umbrella had some sort of problem, and he had to get it fixed. They're talking about drills, like he was bringing a drill. I've never seen that in a beach umbrella. Why you have a drill? But
I have.
You have?
Yeah, when you have to get it like all the way in so that the wind doesn't blow it over. You know how they set the whole thing up? The guys scurry around.
Yeah.
They like drill a whole hole and then they do it and they get everything set up.
Drilled. I've just seen it like you jam it in there with like man strength. I've never seen an actual tool. Anyways, Nigel Bradham says this guy took too long and they just beat the shit out. The guy's on camera. His face is all busted up. He's got like a cut under his eye. I'm kind of torn on this. I'm sort of Nigel Bradham's camp here, and let me tell you what. We've all, well, I don't know we all, but if you go to like the Caribbean, the Bahamas, you'll wait for 2 hours for the umbrella guy to bring your umbrella. They're the slowest moving group of people in the world. They literally, like by the time they bring your umbrella, it's time to go home. In the United States, Miami Beach, I feel like you gotta have a little pep in your step. I feel like this guy was acting like he was in fucking St. Martin where you can take your sweet ass time. So if it's going, if he's got the clock out, I don't know, maybe you punch him up a little, beat him up a little bit. KFC?
I knew you were going to have like a take on umbrella people because I was looking at this story. I was like, I don't really know why this is on the rundown. I know this is like you have a thing with umbrella people, I think.
I do. They take fucking forever. And it's just like in the Bahamas, it's just like this place, St. Martin, what's it? Raymond's on the beach. They're so slow. If you go for lunch, it's like 3 hours. But you can't tell them to go faster because then they look at you like you're an American, like you're on vacation.
Right.
Oh.
But the rest of the story was supposedly that this umbrella dude threw a punch and hit his girl. He ducked and he hit his girlfriend. And that's why.
But that's not on him if you duck.
Why was the umbrella guy throwing a punch?
Also, if he ducks and his girl gets hit, that's kind of on his fault.
Nigel's fault?
Yeah. You can't duck a punch and like have your girl right behind you, right?
Well, that's the girl's fault. It's not his fault.
Either way, umbrella and like beach chair situations are maybe the most hotly like contested spots in the world. It's like Middle East, then like those people who get to the, they get to the beach chair, they get to the pool chairs at like 7 a.m. to set up shop. And then if you go and take it, like if they get up for a minute and you go sit down, fucking all hell breaks loose. They got like their towels everywhere. They got the whole I'm not surprised that a fist fight breaks out. The only thing that's surprising, it's an NFL guy.
The people who saved chairs, try to save like 7 chairs with only 2 people there, that'll start a war. That will launch World War III.
When I was in Mexico like a few weeks ago, that was basically 95% of the conversation was like, of the group was like, all right, who's going down first to get the chairs? Because we got to get the chairs.
I'm a huge anti-Renee. You know what? And this is like this is a chair situation in general. Like if you're at a restaurant or a bar, I'm trying to think of places where there's no chairs. She like will wait and try to smook in like when the people get up. I hate that.
I'm that guy too. I'll stare at him. I'll stare at you until you get up.
You make you uncomfortable until you leave.
I'll make your dinner uncomfortable.
There? Stand.
Dude, listen.
I'm gonna get that chair.
With a guy who carries around a little extra paunch in the midsection, standing is a death sentence for me.
I'm surprised, though, Kevin, that you're not. I figured maybe you just don't take vacations. Your vacation consists of, like, just moving to the other end of the couch. But I'm surprised you're not on the same page with the slowness. In the Caribbean, the amount of time it takes for the guys to get you the chairs and the umbrellas, half your vacation is spent waiting for them to get the things set up. So, and they never have changed, by the way. So it's like if the thing costs 10 and you give them 100, you just paid 100 for a beach chair. That's just how it works. Russ Wilson, this poster, hilarious poster. Big Cat, you blogged it. I love it. It brought me. I actually want to blog. I may have already done this blog, like the 10 best childhood posters. I used to have posters everywhere. I actually didn't know they still made these type of posters.
This is the first one.
What?
This is the first one. Like, this is their relaunch of all these posters.
So everything's coming back. Posters, I saw starting lineup figures are coming back.
Right.
That just, everything's cyclical. Posters
kind of crazy, though, to start it with Russell Wilson, don't you think?
Totally crazy.
He's such a goober.
With Bryce Harper.
Yeah, started with Bryce Harper. Started with, I don't know. Blake Bortles would be a sick-ass one with some Jaguars. Like some live Jaguars.
And like
teal and shit. Yeah. Like,
by the way, Nick Bonino played him in Spikeball. He's bald as anything, went in the ocean with his hat on. Shout out to Nick Bonino.
Kind of feel like you're throwing some stones from the glass house there, buddy.
No. I look like I have fucking who's that white model guy?
Fabio
hair compared to Bonino and Bortles. KFC, what do you got?
I mean, Russell Wilson has to know he looks completely and utterly ridiculous, right?
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
Cool.
He doesn't.
Like,
he thinks he looks sweet.
He does.
He does look sweet, like, but in a funny way. Like, if he really thinks he looks tough, then he's the lead. Like, he has no self-awareness to that extent. I know he doesn't. I mean, that's just fan for Russell Wilson.
He has the least self-awareness of maybe anybody on the planet. I mean, even his nickname, Danger Russ Wilson, it's like everything about him. That
sounds like a joke, too.
So, Dave, I blogged, I fell down the rabbit hole of 80s and 90s NFL posters, and I blogged it just a few minutes ago. The problem with the Russ Wilson one was, I didn't do a top 10. You can still do it, buddy.
No. I'm not saying it's like, it's a good idea.
Yeah, so the problem with the Russ Wilson is they should have, the key theme for the 80s and 90s is usually like some kind of crazy vehicle. Like Jim Kelly has a tank. Dan Marino has like the car. They have, animals. He needed something like that. It looked like it was just too graphic heavy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My room, CGI.
Right.
My room, I know I had the Bash Brothers when they had the big bats sitting on the car. I think they were sitting on a Cadillac of some sort.
Yes, I remember that one.
I had Bo Jackson. Then I had what's that?
Don Mattingly Hitman one.
I remember that one as well.
Worst of all time.
It's great shit.
I didn't have any of these ones. Obviously I had the Jordan Wings, which I think every kid in America had.
Yeah. Last one. This cab driver has got a sign in his cab. Says no farting, please. I'm not a goat. I'm not a dog. I'm a human. I have to smell it. I sort of respect the sign.
No.
But like, you got to get your cab people together. Cabs are the smelliest.
Absolutely.
Especially the New York ones. So
this dude, this is fucking bullshit. This cab driver, I'm not a goat. You're 1/2 a step above a goat, okay, bro? You guys, these cab drivers, they're eating their halal meat. It stinks. They're talking on their phone. They're reckless. It is like a goat is driving your fucking cab. So I don't want to hear it. The day that the cab drivers, this is why the cabs are just getting murdered by Uber. I don't even understand how anyone ever still takes a yellow cab, because you are getting driven around by a goat. Until those guys clean up their act and have their thing doesn't smell like a piece of shit, I'm gonna fart in that cab all I want.
Farts probably smell better. Big Cat.
Air freshener for fucking cabs.
I don't understand how people don't. I mean, if you have Uber, take an Uber. But this is one of those situations where if you're telling me I can't fart, I'm probably going to fart. Like, don't tell me what I can't do.
Yeah.
I'll try extra hard.
Right. You're not the boss of me. Right.
Trying hard.
You're not the boss of me.
And I don't know, Dan, what the cabs are like in Chicago. I know from Boston to New York that the cabs in New York are like 1,000 times worse than they are in Boston. I mean,
yeah, they're pretty
every single one of them is smelling. Yeah. All of them. What?
Mm-hmm. Uber, though. What the hell?
Yeah, no, I do Uber, but sometimes Ubers take a little while. You just see a cab, you're in a rush. I don't know. Like, and going to the airport, Ubers are pretty fucking expensive. Cabs aren't. Granted, you suffocate to death, and they're the worst drivers of all time. So that is the rundown. Is there any post-show shit we got to talk about here? Anything? Rico Bosco, did you guys talk about his retirement yesterday?
He's dead, I guess, right?
It's just, I mean, one of the put it on the top of the resume. I murdered Rico Bosco's non-existent internet career. I feel like I did a service to everyone out there except for idiots like Dan who love Rico Bosco.
Rico, I mean, Dave's on my side. You guys lied. You lied.
Yeah, you guys, you're standing with Rico. You and your fucking meetings, fine. I think everyone else with a brain is happy that Rico Bosco has been wiped away from the internet.
I don't think we've heard the last of Rico Bosco.
No, he's got to come on he's got to do the gambling show with us. Come on, that's not a show without Rico.
I don't think we've heard the last of Rico Bosco. And Kevin, for your sake, I hope he doesn't start stalking you because he's a relentless stalker.
Yeah,
soft. He's cream cheese.
I got like a million emails, Dave. I don't know if you got the same of like gambling guys who want to fill in for Rico. Fucking ruthless. Like the body's not even cold, man.
Always happens.
I'm grieving over here. Give me a break.
Yeah. That's like when people apply. I don't even read it. When people apply for jobs, seriously, and the first thing they do is be like, Nate's the worst person in the world. He's terrible. Like, Feidelberg's the fucking worst. How do you hire him? It's like, is this really how you're seriously applying for, like, a job? Like, by just tearing down? Like, yeah, Nate's a creepy, weird little mutant fuck, but he's mine. Like,
he's mine.
You know?
He's like, my pocket.
Yeah. I'm not going to let you, like, yeah, you can do it, but not seriously. All right.
By the way, speaking of Nate, what's the update on the poker tournament?
You're gonna weasel out of that one. What's going on?
No, I'm not gonna weasel out of that. I got to talk to him. We'll definitely do that. Whether it's Aruba something, I don't know. There's so much shit going on. But I'm still worried about the gambling thing. I don't know that we're gonna have this set up in time.
I don't understand. I
want it to be able to be like sold by our new sales guy, which he needs like lead time because I think it will be like one of the biggest Facebook Live moments we have. So I don't want to do it with not being able to like take advantage.
But I still don't understand why you actually like are worried about this.
I'm not worried. I just think it's like, you don't want to like openly be betting $10,000.
What are they gonna do? Bust up the fucking betting ring? Like what? The cops gonna come swinging in?
I don't know.
That's content, baby. That's content.
Listen.
You and Nate went to jail for playing poker?
Listen. After Deflategate, anything is possible. I don't know what people fucking do or concentrate on. Nothing's sacred.
Well, you can get around that. You can like give him, you can give Nate a bonus if he wins, and if you can. It doesn't have to be straight up.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Smitty wants to play too, but I don't think he's gonna. It's like it's kind of me versus Nate. Smitty's like my thing's poker. It's like, well, this is me versus the Nate dog, not you.
Yeah, it's the little pirate bird chirping in your ear all the time.
All the time.
Dynamic.
All the time.
Yeah.
He dug up that Spikeball article and he didn't even read it like in 2 seconds the other day.
He went to like the microfilm or whatever, the old newspaper thing.
Yeah.
What is it called?
Microfiche.
Yeah. He went through that. Well, yeah, to figure it out. But I mean, I'm happy he did because you lie about your Spikeball record.
No, I don't. But that's.
By the way, I have someone hit me up with an email, little island informant. So. Eyes everywhere. They said some of the natives are not so happy with how you keep walking around like you own the place.
You know how you think about the Kardashians being on island? That's probably how the rest of Nantucket thinks about you.
Just saying. I've heard a little chirp.
Love these Big Cat's got these little birds like fucking Varys and
listen. I think I'm.
That sounds like a weekend renter.
I'm figuring out his motives because I think you might have written something about him in the past, so he's probably upset. But I think the natives are starting to say, "Hey, this guy thinks he owns the place, huh?"
It doesn't sound like a native. Sounds like somebody who came in on the slow ferry and stayed fucking Friday to Saturday night. All right, good show.
All right, later.